Starting coming at you again with another game of Total Warhammer 3. We're here with Aislinn. I'm going to call him Aislinn as if he is an Irish woman, because that is a real name, and I know it. Oh my goodness, so... that is bonkers. Alright, so we're going to be able to... Alright, why would you ever use the one and not the other? This one needs a tech, probably. Okay, so yeah, it uses 30 supplies a turn, but it's going to make us have everybody literally free and a ton of ammo and crazy reload time reduction. This is really going to kick us into maximum overdrive, right? We're already in almost maximum overdrive. We need a sea elemental. Alright, where do we find the room in the army for it, though? You know, these chariots do okay. Do we drop a Lothran Sea Guard for it? I'm thinking about this noble, too. Do we just say put him on the eagle, because... I mean, he's fine on the ground, right? But that's like a pretty low HP number. Yeah. I mean, he's never getting value, but we always need him to put the spyglass down anyway. What we really need is like a... oh, we can actually get him now. It's like a handmaiden hero, right? And then they can use the item and then also be around there. Alright, this one is 20 fizz resist and perfect vigor. Alright, how do we find this space in the army for her, though?
Handmaiden of the Evergreen.
Well, she starts level 4. I already got that. Yeah, we need one of these just to make everything there, and then because everything we're using the noble for, we could just use her for instead, and it would be better.
You have my attention.
But he's like... yeah, we give her the astrolabe. We'll swap it over after this. And then we can put him to water. And he can go over here, I guess. This takes 9 turns to build, so we're going to start building the Shrine of the Widowmaker. And then when the time comes, we'll recruit like an Archmage. We could do it now. So an Archmage of Fire, I think, makes the most sense. And we'll get this Incendiary trait, right? Hey, Limtrix. Hey, Neo. Doing well. Home from work, yeah. So we'll take the Incendiary trait. Because the Archmage of Fire, right, is going to get the Moondragon eventually. This is very important. Because the Moondragon, like, this trait with a dragon is crazy. Because 75% better dragon out of the box. Now, the Archmages don't get the yellow line, but this basically makes up for that. And we're going to give this guy the Sword of Cain. And then wherever she goes, it's going to be a party. Leandra... that's what we're gonna do with her, and we might give her Mad's map. You know, I'm not sure, but you know, we'll work on that. We're just trying to get some decent items. This is. Huh. Okay, so you can... It gives them the ability to have the Phoenix ability where if they're very nearly dead, they could get healed or just die. And then gives them the bound spell. You know, cool. Alright, we got missile block chance on that, but no one has any at all. But on the old... the lore masters, they have them. Book of Assure. And like this amulet giving us like, you know, ambush free movement too, pretty sweet. But we're just gonna wait here for a bit. Her army is gonna be like annoying to put together, but that's fine. We can like run over a dragon ship and just you know, swap it into, because we're gonna have a lot of money, and I just have her out here because I want her to start getting experience. And I guess we should recruit a dragon ship guy for the same reason here. Oh, we don't have another ship access. Well, one more of these and we'll get another ship. Do we take growth, leadership? Meh. I mean, it's fine, but magic reserve of 10 is okay. Okay, this will be a good trade building thing, so we'll take that. And then we get another dragon ship. And then... oh, hey, there we go. Short victory achieved. Huzzah! Money currencies. Oh yeah. So really, it's okay. There's probably a better way to do it, but all right. So we'll have Olithanar support us in the final battle. Yeah. Battle marked Behemoth under scars during the War of the Beard, shattering the dwarf navies and famously sinking the flagship of Barkvar. As for me, I've lost the war and Finland, withdrawn from their colonies, but this craft stays there. Yep. So our main army is almost free, and it might be free soon. I mean, like when I say almost free, it's just 1,000, and there's like this Merworm is 80% off or something. You know, 109 for the Merworm. That's nutty. 125 for a Moondragon. You know. Pretty good. And because of that, you know, even if you filled up the whole army with star dragons, which would be boring, would be so boring. That's not who I am, right? That's boring. But even if you did that, you know, it would just be like maybe 3K for the craziest army that you've seen, which is super funny. Because this army, which has like a ton of RORs, I mean, it's a great army, right? But this one, you're actually paying for stuff, you know. These Moondragons cost 500, not 120. But, you know, he doesn't have a lot of the buildings. He's just a baby admiral. He has a lot of tools to make it deeply discounted later, you know. Like, that army will later, you know, just be costing, you know, 50% or so. But the really important thing is Aislinn can... he gets so much movement after winning battles, including taking settlements and giving the settlements to somebody else. So, like, you could take a settlement, give it to one of your guys, right? Go up, hit another settlement, same turn, and get, like, half of the way to the next one. And then, with no movement cost, you can go to your encampment. You always have access to it. Even you've got your boat even when you're on land, including your boat abilities. We just got 10% more missile strength because that's what was holding us back. We have a lot of these items, so we're just trying to find... I guess we'll just fund those. I mean, they're okay. These are all the horse ones, which are fine. I love White Lions and Kurnos and stuff. And Sisters of Averlorn, we definitely want to buff, at least for something somewhere. But if we get this, then we'll get even more range on the Low Sincere Guard, which are at 215 range in this army, which is absolutely disgusting. But Malekith is here at home, and he's about to have, like, a bad time. We're not going to knock on the door. We're going to try to make him come out. I was just going to go in, but I think, actually, that trying to get him to come out is better. I don't want to deal with the walls. I'm not worried about the garrison, but the walls will be annoying. I'm trying to keep this moving. Alright, so who do we give this to? Knights of Caledor don't want it. Avalorn does. Nagareth wants it a lot, and it's in the neighborhood, so perfection. Started getting more item drops. We've already got second mentor. Alright, here... Is it just damage? Oh, weapon strength when fighting against dark elves. Oh, the southern one gives us all the other stuff too. Yeah, you know, weapon strength is fine.
I shall arrange.
This guy already has everything that I care about, so we put him on auto.
I will do my duty.
I hear the Kadaf.
Like, we can do that, and then we get even more movement here, and then... Because if I can get Malekith to come out, because maybe he... Yeah, so we can see that from his perspective, attacking me is a good idea. Balance of power, you know, you can see that. So he very well might come out at me, which is... hilarious. We'll destroy him, just like we did before. But you know better. More stylishly, with more pure aggression and more inspiring feats. Oh, never mind. You can get the missile block just from having the item. I thought it would only added to what you already had as an item. That's cool. All right, and then Warrior Bane for the High Mage. I mean, it would be better here on the Mist Mage, right? Because we don't need that. Am I going to stream more Diablo 2 tomorrow? Perhaps. Perhaps. I have not really thought too much about it. I actually played a bunch off stream of my Warlock. I got to the Hell difficulty. But I was thinking of starting a hardcore one. Because I kind of just felt like, alright, that was cool streaming it, but I didn't really have anything new to say. And I wanted to watch TV all day, so that's what I did. Alright, so Elven Trade. And we can get dragonship supplies as well, or... Yeah, I think we just take the money one every time. And then if we need more dragonship supplies, we can just build a couple of those buildings in like 2 or 3 turns and turn, you know, these resources into solid gold just like we always wanted. But yeah, and this one here, you know, like you can build one of the base buildings and you can get like a piece of their income as well, like a friendly undercity. You know, friendly for an elf. But no matter how many of these we make, I just spend all of it every turn. But that's good, you know. Having a bunch of currency laying around is not what you're supposed to do. Alright, we never figured out what we wanted to do with her. That's alright. Valkia will be up there. That'll be a fight for the ages. It'll be legendary or not, or we'll just totally destroy her. One or the other. And we still need to wait for that tier there. Do we drop one unit to get a sea elemental? No, not till we fight Malekith, right? And Haggrave, do we take Haggrave for our own? I mean, maybe. That's a whole lot of tradable stuff. We'll probably make a bunch of money off of that, you know, with the trade agreements all around that we have. Speaking of, does anybody else want to honor me with a trade agreement? Alright, we'll just pay him some, and then...
Very well.
Worth it. Probably wasn't. It'll take like 20 turns. Maybe they'll get confetted by then. It'll be fine. Alright, we have another... Oh, and importantly, now we can do another fealty for her, so she can get... Yeah, this fealty, which is going to give her way lower cooldown to spells, and then... Yeah. That's exactly what we'll do. She'll have the sword of Cain and the blessing of the White Tower. Alright, good stuff. We got what we needed to get. That Lord is going to be very, very funny whenever it gets online. We're only at turn 58. It definitely feels like we're further than that. But part of the beauty of what we've done here is by sweeping over the map in this manner, we're creating just an entire safe zone inside of which it is only elves. I know that sounds like a nightmare, but, you know, here it's good. $500 unit experience gain per turn. But this one gives it to all forces in Circle of Influence. That makes it even better. Alright, so we are just going to wait, and then Malekith's going to fight us. It's going to be great. We don't want movement notifications for her. She needs to sit there for like 9 turns. We just want to leech some power. Alright, so are we going to fight Mazda or nah? Because if no, then what do we do? Not the Wood Elves. Men? No, we need to go towards Lustria way. Well, we're going to go on a little adventure. This army is super expensive. It's also pretty tough. So we're not like super worried about them. It's not incredibly online yet, but you know. It'll get there. casualty replenishment rate is not wonderful here. I guess it's like okay-ish, but it's not so good. We could get a handmaiden of the Everqueen, except we can't because we can't recruit him here. Alright, so 20% ammo, pretty good. Sundering attacks, pretty good too. I think we just chill though. Alright, so this army has maybe one too many dragons. No, we need 3 dragons because we don't have another one. This is, yeah, there's nothing wrong with this stack. Maybe just like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. If only he could get a dragon. But he has an eagle, and that's just as good. It isn't.
I expected nothing less.
Malekith abandoned his capital. Shameful display. We're not going to take it for ourselves, even though that's, you know, fun. Because this landmark is very boring, right? Like, you don't need that for anything. The Lord Recruit rank +2 is fine, right? It's fine, but it's not like... Later in the campaign, we're going to be so strong. Oh my... How could any person have this much power? 36 ammo, and remember our ammo is actually functionally limitless. We have 2 or 3 ammo bars, a reload time of 5 seconds, 7 AP on the missile damage, and 231 range for the Lothred Sea Guard. Absolutely disgusting. I think in this case we just burn it down. No, because we could sack it for a ton of money. We're not like so rich that a ton of money is irrelevant. Can we beat these armies? I mean, almost certainly, yeah. Oh, it'd be spicy. Couple exalties. Oh, they're low level though. I mean, they're still pretty tough. We beat one of their good armies earlier. I mean, it'd be interesting. I mean, it would be also interesting if Malekith and all these other fools came in at one time. We're gonna scout this way. You know, Valkia does exist, and here she is. Okay, looks like she is coming off of a loss. Shame. Only level 28. Pathetic. Alright, we should start recruiting her army because we now have tons of money. Okay, and then you get them in order, and so this is the guy that can have more movement, which is good. You know, we'll just throw him here. And now he'll be able to start growing every turn, getting his levels in. Because this, I think, is super important. You never, ever want to have... It will increase the army upkeep. I think it's worth it. We want to give the Sword of Cain to her because she can fly. We don't think Aislinn needs it, or we would put it on him, but, you know, he's fine. And now we go here, because while fighting all three of these would be fun.
Cross that region.
What is this?
I bet we can get them to come and fight here. We're gonna, I mean, 2 chariots. We'll drop the chariots. They aren't that good at being chariots. And we can grab, like, war lions in the event that we need to fill that slot immediately. But what we're gonna do is try to get a sea elemental in here, right? They're pretty cool. I think they're cool. I don't know if they're good because I haven't used them yet. I do know that they have totally juiced stats because of being in the army and the various bonuses that we have. So, oh, ow. I have to change my talking style. I did the very human biting of the lip while eating today. I felt very human afterward. And in the middle. Alright, so even more missile strength. Yeah, when we go here, and then we're gonna get better bonus first large, bonus for, like, the Sea Guard, which were already a great unit, are going to be absolutely bonkers. You know, can't wait.
Triumph again, as it should be.
Alright, we need to figure out... Here we'll see less well, but move even further. Alright, we'll just wait. That's what we're supposed to do. We need to, of course, continue building here. Research money. We're just going to blow all of our resources there. Hey, leveling up. The bleak coast feels good.
I agree.
Just a little bit more housekeeping. Get some research rate on there. I'm loving the high elf research. You know, you gotta have a good time there. We're getting our Oceanid things in. It also, you know, it's 3 a turn. It takes a while to pay for itself. I don't mind. We can wait. And we're finally now living in a world where tons and tons of our upgrades are done. Alright, good stuff. We've managed to use all of those again. 1,700 a turn, and we're just churning through them. Oh, and here we'll get an additional dragon ship, but then we have to pay slightly more for every unit forever. I mean, that's kind of okay. You know, we'll take dragon ship casualty replenishment real quick, because this one felt a little low, and now it'll feel a little better.
Master of sea and sky.
Gotta get lightning strike. That's what it is all about. And then here we're just trying to get the Vigor Enhancer.
Hero of the Asser.
Larry's having a time. You have to wonder how Mazda is going to feel about all of this, you know. Somebody is going to want to brawl with him, and then we're all going to get pulled into it. I'm for it. Did it say he had 7? Okay, well, he actually doesn't have any friends in the world. Well, that is a shame. Does he have someplace I care about? I don't even know. The good news is we have achieved the short victory, so we have so much hero capacity now. It's just a matter of finding a way to use it properly. When you get long victory, you get plus 10 to hero rank. Wow. Well, I mean, after the long victory, what else is there? Alright, so the Star Tower, which is all the way down there. Mingle, which is like Badlands. Alright, well, we will get rid of Mazda because we need to push further in. Who lives down there, I wonder? Yonbo? We'll find out. Once Mazda Mundi's gone. Because it looks like he is in bad shape, right? Strength 44. I mean, I'm strength 26, so it doesn't all tell the truth, but... yeah, I guess we'll just brawl there, and then... the pyramid. Underwhelming landmark, you know, I mean, okay, sort of. Ziggurat, also underwhelming. It's fun if you're gonna, like, sit units somewhere forever, but why would you do that? Anyway, speaking of why would you do that, why are we not proceeding with the turn? Hey, they decided to come and play. Ravagers of Rakarth. That's just the ROR one. Like, Rakarth ain't here. Sinesh's Harvesters, nasty little creatures. Your bolt throwers, we've got solutions for them. Malekith himself, we've got a solution for him. Of course, he's still slightly better at fighting than Aislinn is. Slightly. But not like a whole lot more. The thing is that we don't have magic attacks, and he also doesn't. You know, like, in a straight-up fight, perhaps we would win. But we're not gonna fight fair. What would be the point? We're elves. Who ever heard of an elf that fights fair? We're a little beat up already from early auto resolves. What are you going to do? We've got a big mountain there on the side. That's excellent. A big mountain is basically what you always want. Stealthy guy, and we're just going to do what we always do, you know. Drop the Oceanids. We're going to be able to use our army ability to pop them well, hopefully. We're gonna figure that they'll try to be at the back to try to get reinforcements. But even if they go all the way there, we'll be able to press in before too long, right? And he doesn't fear the missile fire basically at all. Basically at all. He fears it a little bit. We do have the trees. That's going to be very good. Our elementals have Strider. Not the big guy. You know, he'll need to be in the back here, hiding in the bushes. He'll need to be in the back here just to make them come to him, right? Get the sweeper online there. This feels flimsy. This feels very flimsy. But I guess the point is that we're going to be able to carve them up. It feels super flimsy, though. It's been flimsy all along, you know, we've just... It doesn't help that we've already lost, you know, a good few thousand HP there, but hey, we'll make it work, alright. Here we go. Because the thing to remember is, too, is the Lothran Sea Guard have stock. So can the harpies catch us? Nope, they're slow. Because the problem is that Malekith could maybe catch us, and that would be not perfect unless we get, you know, into a good position for it. We're gonna juice these guys' range and get them firing. Oh, we left the mage in the air there. Fortunately, it didn't result in her dying somehow. We're gonna dive these fools. We've got the speed to get in and out. The Doomfire Warlocks are fighting the summon. They will chunk them, but we do get the bolt throwers down. I say we're gonna Wayfarer out. I bet we will. Yeah, there we go. You know, when you have that really, really big movement, you can count on it. Alright, so the dragons are fighting Malekith. That is pretty rough for the dragons. Alright, we're going to do Apo here. Get a bit of a heal. We're going to get overrun pretty soon. At least the harpies are getting knocked out here. And we need to Aesir Fire right there, maybe. They do a very, very bad magic attack there. Doesn't work at all. Our Lothran Seaguard are about to get rear charged. Big dude waiting too far there. Alright, we need to rotate here and here. No, the Cold One Dread Knights are going to make trouble there. Alright, time for another Apo. Malekith got chunked. Oh yeah, there we go. Of course, once the Dark Riders catch our Lothran Seaguard, they're locked in here with me. We're going to let Malekith come back, I think, because we need to get over here and help with these Charybdises. Charybdi. Of course, again, once they get on the Lothran Seaguard, it's not like a party for them. It's still really rough. We're going to Apo here. We are going to try to Tempest Malekith and shoot him if he wants to land here. Scourge Runner Chariots are a bit annoying, actually. We just want to make sure that we are shooting at them. They've got armor-piercing, anti-large ammunition. They're kind of wonderful. We're going to get the Oceanids here and here. These guys onto the Dark Riders because we are getting our artillery shot. We're just going to move this way a little bit, reposition. Malekith trying to get in. The Tempest never goes off. He uses his spell pretty badly again. Blackguard and Agarond are here. That spell certainly worked. That Soul Blight connected. Alright, do we want to do this here in the open field? It's got a long wind-up. I feel like it won't work. Cold One Dread Knights. You know, the armor piercing doesn't work against us, but these other things sure do. Malekith runs again. Of course, he won't be coming back again. This sorceress is up in the air. We're going to go and punch her in the face with justice. Coming back here. These Blackguard are toasted. These Lothran Seaguard are in dire, dire straits. They are singing the Sultans a swing. They are having a time. They're going to be alright. This Manti just charged in. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. What a fun little animation. Malekith is back again because we can't put a dumpster. There we go. There we go. We're going to dive here. We're going to summon a Murlord on these shades. Patience is always virtuous. There we go. The High Mage is here fighting Black Corsairs. It's not terrible. Is it good? No, it is not good. But it's not terrible. We're going to rear charge these Dread Spears with these Oceanids and then get in here. So even though that they've got that bonus against large, charge defense against large, you know, if they're in motion, they don't get that. Apo ourself. Apotheosis means to turn into a god. If you didn't know, now you know. Oh, goodness. I'm like, they are just beating down on our thing. You know, if the Lothran Sea Guard knew what was happening here, they'd be very upset. But fortunately, this is what we wanted to happen. We wanted to fight Malekith's army in the field. You know, they just had a little bit more help than we were expecting, but it's fine. Really, it's just that we started out, you know, kind of beat up. It's fine. I think it went well, in fact. So I can run down the shades here. You know, a little bit of a rundown never hurt anyone. It did hurt them. You know, if we had a life caster, it's alright. You know, this is the life that we've chosen. He's healed, Merewyrm's healed. Most of our guys are in totally fine shape. You know, Apo, it's like, it's not a great heal, right? That's the thing about high magic, is it does a bunch of stuff that's cool, but like, with the amount of access we have to wins, a life caster would have just been more appropriate. But I wanted high magic, and I still do. I just wish, you know, techless. All right, so everyone does pretty good. The bolt thrower, you know, it had issues. That they were my fault. We get hundreds of kills with a couple of the Sea Guard, who actually, you know, put the match on their back. That one got 4K value. He must have been shooting something real. The dragons do well. The Merewyrm does well. All the Oceanids, you know, fought for their right to party. It's the noble that doesn't do anything, but, you know. Ranger standard, which is fine, because now, you know, like, the Wayfarer's one is better, but this is at least going to give Strider to the Merewyrm, which is going to help out tremendously. We'll heal up here. We're in our encamp stance over the intern, so now, you know, we're going to be fine. Maybe better than fine. $151 influence on the intern there. In Salendor is this other... It's like we already have that one and that one and this one. What are the other fealties? Phoenix Guard juicing. Huge amount of melee defense when defending. Shocking amount of ammo for bolt throwers. Chariot gloriousness. Movement. I think alright, we gotta wait one turn and then we can take this from him. Oh, it's just to the Lord guy, the Lord of the units who gets all that. Well, here then, I think we'll just take this for Phoenix Guard because we'll be able to have a cool army there, and then, you know, maybe some Phoenixes there. Maybe. We've already got the best ones. as far as I'm concerned. One more turn, and he's going to be having a total party. Going to be able to be at our tier 5. Going to be able to swap to Star Dragons. Oh, it's going to be good stuff. Hey, and we got our Sea Elemental, which right now only has 40 Fizz resist and 30 missile resist. Pretty good. Perfect Vigor Strider, unbreakable, of course. And this ability to, you know, make all of us invisible, good at shooting, better blocking things. You know, it's pretty cool. I think one of those in your blob, you know, once you start trading, you know, you hit there, and then all of a sudden now your silver shields, you know, going from 55 to 85, a tremendous difference. So, all right, looks like Malekith wants to brawl, and of course, since he came out and fought us, now all of these armies are out here. The garrison wasn't involved, but all of these other ones got tuned up, so we're going to be able to have a nice little fight here. And it looks like we're going to be able to get Valkia to come over at us. Now, Valkia's scary, right? Valkia is scary because she's small. And she hits mega hard. So she's hard to shoot. But she only right now has a 5 ward save and 30 fizz resist. She has, like, the demon shield that this is an ability that makes her totally invincible, but she can only do it, you know, for 13 seconds every now and then. Alright, so time to brawl. I really want to get one of these guys in. Ooh, we need to get one. We need to get this guy. You know, we might as well just start doing this, right? So we're going to get this one. We're going to get him on the water, because this is where we have to recruit our heroes from, and then we'll just start shipping them off over to. Nice. Shipping them off to the Sword of Cain army that we're building. Do they have a Mist Mage? No. Do they need one? This one gives us 10 research, and that makes it worth grabbing.
Mist Mage.
I believe in the research rate. Man, so many of the techs are amazing. Alright, so let's get to it. Now, while we could lightning strike off somebody, we're gonna fight, like, all of them here. We do get the garrison to come out. That's the most important thing, right? You want to make sure you get the garrison out so that you don't have to worry about them inside of the walls, because you do the fight, everybody's gonna scatter. But this isn't going to be like the very last gasp of the Dark Elves, but it's going to be pretty close, right? All the RORs that we pop are going to be on the 10-turn cooldown. We sacked Nagaron, which set it back some, and if those Khornate armies don't take it from them, we're going to go right back up and either burn it down or give it to somebody. Probably give it to somebody. Probably Tyrion, you know, for the meme. Yeah, we're gonna, let's just get to it. This is a very good army for us, or very good setup for us, right? We're just going to set the bolt thrower back like so. Like so. There we go. The real point of this is so we can be sure to grab any flyers before they get in. Lothern Seaguard with 231 range. It's just bonkers. It's just absolutely silly. We're just gonna dive the Manticore. You know, he has regen, so he'll be fine. That's kind of a bad spot for them. Fighting in the water will be great. If we can make them go there, that'll be just wonderful. We're just gonna pop the Manticore. Oh yeah, they have shades. Huh. Well, you know what'll do good against that? Multi-shot rounds. And we're just gonna dive these Scourge Runner chariots here. Oh my goodness. He just drops the base. They are almost dead already. Manti comes back in. Yeah, the Scourge Runner chariots. The shock of all of that. You know, half HP damage immediately. These shades are going to be taking volleys long before they can get in here. They're now thinking about being able to fire. And these shades have no chance. This one's getting beat up like a little bit, but it's not like that much of a worry. Because we're getting shot point blank by a bunch of scary stuff, but what we are doing is deleting all of these things. These shades die. These bleak swords turn their back to our missiles. Those beautiful silver shields availing nothing at all with such choices. And we're just going to smash here. And before they even get their reinforcements on the field, of course, this first army very, very beat up. Oh my goodness. The Star Dragon, better than it has any right to be. Just runs right over the foe. And with 113 attack, you know, he kind of connects on basically anything that he tries to hit. Just bouncing around from hit to hit. I don't think we need to worry about them coming around from the flank. They can come through the tree that way. No, I don't think so, actually. They might be able to rifle back there. If they do, the Mirrorworm's there. We get hit with a Spirit Leech again. Well, you know. A very brave Sorceress of Death. And we tried to burn down their reinforcement point, but I think, you know, they're so far, you know, it worked a little bit, you know. It worked a little bit. We, you know, we shelled them as they came in. It worked a little bit. It goes on for 20 seconds, so actually I guess it worked a lot. Good for me. Oh, Vashas, the Tempest of Talons. Oh, she's a brawler. Oh, she's got a dragon. Oh, no. Well, you know, it just so happens that I have a dragon. Oh yeah, bam, bam, bam. That's the good stuff there. You know, she's just 5648. Huge weapon strength on that black dragon, right? But ultimately, no chance. We're gonna dive the master here. We're going to, and then there's the flyers over the mountainside we were thinking about, but they get into a bit of a trail there. You know, they get a little bit distractified. Going here. All right, they have to bounce out. He is such an absolute raid boss without even great items on him. Just with like some okay items on him. The frenzy trait's, you know, great, but you can expect that you'll be able to find a Malekith trait if you want one. He's so good. We just only have a little bit in the in the yellow line after all, and she's diving us. But we haven't even seen the top of our healing cap yet, and this level 34 hero of Ashes the Tempest of Talons, you know, she's a real champion. She's a real fighter, but she ultimately gets nowhere there. We see that burn nation actually did some pretty good work. Do we try to burn this? Yes. We'll see how much it works later. And the thing about them trying to shoot our Oceanids is they are 90% resistant to the archery fire of these fools. So, like, we are not at all sad for them to be shot by their thing. You know, we've got 40 physical resist and 50 missile resist. And then 3 ward, you know, which I don't think counts at that point. And it looks like it did, I mean, thousands and thousands of damage there. Can't shake a stick at that. Aislinn very clearly does not need the Sword of Cain. Look at the damage he's doing here without it. We're going to drop a Merworm summon. That's right, we still got one of those in the tank. Ridiculous. Loving these sea elementals. Loving our monsters. We need to get the dragons in here. And anybody that gets past the monster mash in the front goes into withering fire mode. It's like, oh, now we're here, now we're in good shape. You know, not really. The sea elemental doesn't have that big, you know, it's got 20% less missile resist than the elite Oceanids do, but we'll just have to try to remember that. He's still 70% resistant to it. Very good indeed. And we move in. The Hargoneth Executioner's having a terrible time. The dragons coming in over the top here.
I go then. All one.
And then here we can burn them down again. That's going to be super excellent. Beautiful, perfect dragon breath there, and they are, you know, right now running for the hills, running for their life. Of course, we don't want to let them get away so easy. Devastating. Devastating stuff.
Wielder of the winds.
These Sea Guard are just so strong. Sea Elemental doing well for itself, you know, and then the Oceanids that fought, you know, they got their kills. Everybody else that was in the back, you know, they were just they were sending a message. 8 archers is so many. I guess just 7 plus the thing, but using the, like, highly damage resistant monstrous infantry. But if we ever run into a bunch of magic attackers, right, it's going to be a whole different dynamic, you know. Exalted Bloodthirsters of Khorn.
I grant you freedom this time.
And we kill off a whole ton of folk there.
Commence.
And now we'll be able to... We'll just give the magic attack to... Sea Elemental? I mean... Yeah. we auto this. You know, we already earned the victory, and then
Be thankful for my
we have so much influence. Just we are rolling in it. Then here, yeah, I guess we give this to him.
Out one shall use this stronghold.
It's like we can build so many of these every turn, and I'll keep on doing it. This one gives us, oh, and a lot of these, oh, that, I was like, how are we getting so much influence? It's from these things. And then we can also go to get research right there. We're gonna trade a trinket slot for some more of those, and then I think we just hold on to that slot. And we don't have enough trinkets for many more upgrades, so we'll take that one. You know, the money, it's slow, but it comes in.
This book's action.
Aislinn gets in there perfectly, and now we're going to be able to try to figure... Oh, so Clarkaron, that'll be the last place. So this layer, I guess, is worth taking for the Lord and the Hero recruit rank, and the massive trade.
What news? Slay them. Commence combat. The Asa are better suited to govern me. For Assyrian, make camp, leader of Assyrian's navy.
Alright, so here, do we take defense or do we take HP? Because every hit point we have is more hit points we can regenerate, right? I think we take the defense, just... Or do we take attack to always connect, even though it's super high? You know, these are the most difficult questions to answer. He's like as fast as a Slayer now, good for him. We at least get a mage with a mentor level. She's not gonna need lightning strike, right? She's not gonna need her army. We'll get it, but like we fundamentally just need to get her stuff online, because she's gonna be the one-woman murder machine.
You seek
We're gonna bring other stuff with her, of course we are, but oh man, I love lore masters because they get life leeching, and I just like, you know, Earthblood that life leeches, which, you know, just generates life leeching, is generating wins for you. It's just so good. But we're gonna go ahead and grab the spirit leech also. Give it something to do.
Mist mage. Chosen of Hoenn, commander of the Sea Patrol.
One more turn.
Sea Helm. Poised valor. Sail bravely and navigate.
Like, do we take the movement or the crew growth? I mean, the crew growth is more important for him because we need to just, you know, he's got to get his ship going. Because we have that second ship, we can scarce afford it.
I value our...
But it's just about the shared experience and the growth, really, at this point. Because if we play too much longer, we're certainly going to want, you know, to be able to go to the far-flung reaches of the world, destroy the foe. The wild hunt begins. Good for them.
These advances will be useful.
My orders must wait.
Problems to solve.
Silence, worm.
Alright, so do we just make Valkia's armies run a little further in this direction at us while we roll up the last of the Dark Elves here? I say yes, probably, right, because if we do it this way, we can move a lot quicker than they can, I think.
Commence combat.
But importantly, that's going to allow us to build our next tier buildings and get our stuff. You know, I don't want to, like, if I can swap to Star Dragons, then, like, why wouldn't I want to? All right, who do we give this to? Calidor hates it. It's suitable climate for all these folk. We can give some more to Attain, I guess. But Avalorn having a little foothold here isn't bad.
Sea Lord Aislinn. Land assault. Secure the perimeter.
We need to save the supplies, because now it's like, oh no, what if we don't build the building? No, we'll build it here, and then, you know, we'll generate enough. Before too long, we can get the highest level port, which gives us tons of HP. Money. HP is just called money here. And we're going to continue rolling through this way, getting our research rate up. Because that's really the thing I care about most. Now, this dedication, it's coming smooth enough, you know. We're getting it pretty easy, so we're just going to keep on stacking it. I think we just need to go to her and get that. We need to give some more to Ilariel so we can get a Talisman of Preservation, basically. We haven't done that mechanic one time. We've done some of the other mechanics some of the time. Alright, so Salvador needs to take something. Huge casualty replenishment. I mean, that's fine. We need to figure out what we want before somebody else locks it in. Just a cheaper upkeep army, and then we can get some chariots. Just a cheaper upkeep army makes it fine. Alright, now we locked in that patronage. And now if we wanted to, we could, like, make one of them join us. But But that's the thing. I don't think it would be a good idea. Because if we did, we would lose all of our cool buildings. I mean, we would get Techless. There is that. Or, like, we would get Emmerich. And there is that. And I bet Emmerich has a bunch of his dragons. He might. He has his dragon. But, you know, like, I feel like they're all worth more to us alive than they are as part of our faction. Like, that's the point of this campaign in my head, you know, is to,
Ready to aid. What do you seek? Take your time.
be able to do it. Ooh, look at that. Throg on the horizon, you know, we can see him. It looks like, you know, the long piece might be breaking. Tor of Rest just hanging out, you know. All of the high elves are just acting very high elfy at the moment, right? They're like, we don't have any problems, we're fine. Yonbo is there. His defeat rate is very good.
Time for action.
If we could get it, that would be alright, but
We are the guardians of order.
Foe Seeker for the speed, and then I think we actually messed up and we're going to be like one short for the final level of Mentor to get Quicksilver Strike, which really hurts.
Satisfactory improvement.
'Cause I don't want to make the choice between the two of them. I'll make the wrong one. This frozen contact effect, I haven't used it yet. You know, I'm gonna do it before we fight these guys, maybe, because, like, that's just so funny. You hit them with an Oceanid and now they can't move, like, all the more so for the summon, you know, because I think that'll be a faction-wide thing, not an army effect, so it should apply to the summons, I hope. Alright, how do we build this? Bolt thrower array, and that lets us know. This. Creator's gift. Oh, right there. Okay, well, we'll do it soon. And she can get, like, the Phoenix Guard in her army.
High Elven Archmage.
Like, what was the quest for that Caradron guy? Oh, we just need to recruit 5 of those total.
Magic's unleashed.
Well then, we're gonna get 3 Frost Phoenixes. Because I can't get the other ones. Am I gonna be able to? No, we just have to unlock this one. Well, we can do that next turn. Okay. One day we'll figure it out. We will one day eventually maybe figure some of it out, maybe. Perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. You know, I don't think leveling up Haggrave is the appropriate thing here. So we're going to lose a little bit of this land. That is bad, but, you know, when I say we, I mean our friends.
Maintain current expectation.
But if you think about it, wouldn't they want me to have Star Dragons? Oh, and they don't even burn it down or take it. That is fun. Because, you know, you gotta love when the opponent does that. When they don't, like, get into the replenishment that they might so desperately need. Because now we're gonna figure that one of them will take Clarkarond on their own.
High Elven Archmage.
And now we can move right on in here and fight without getting our Arcane Phoenixes.
Strike you personally.
Well, you know, we'd still have to recruit the things. But time to brawl.
Master of mists. If you bleed, you die.
His army costs 230 right now. Disgusting.
Leader of Assyrian's navy.
Alright. So we fight this army first. Kind of prefer to fighting Valkia's first. Valkia is very quick. She can catch us. If she does, she'll get stuck on us. Does she have perfect vigor? She does not. That's very good for us. Now, they don't have any artillery for us to worry about, right? They're just corn. They're just corn. So, what are our dangerous things to worry about before we begin? Exalties don't have magic attacks. Bloodletters do. Spawn don't, of course. Exalty, Bloodletters do. Champs do. She does. The thing is they have very few shielded units at all. They got like some good armored ones, but most of these units aren't shielded, which means if we play a nice little setup, we'll be alright. A lot of corn is fire resistant, and we have, you know... Oh, look at that. Yeah. A nice little choke point to set up between. This is the same one we read earlier. We could even elect to set up inside of the water. It's like, on this map, a favorite thing you do, because you could set up like here, you know, and then fight in the water there. Their light units suffering, our aquatic units feasting happily. I think that's what we'll do. Oh, right, if we would have built the dragon thing last turn, they would have got perfect vigor as well, but, you know, we can't have everything. Alright, so what we're going to do is try to... We're going to have them over here to pop anyone trying to come through the trees, as well as the merworm. And then hopefully, you know, we'll be able to have all of their reinforcements coming in from that far corner. And then, you know, they'll have a time of it. Not really worried about them seeing... Okay, the problem with being in the woods here is we can't really cover if they get around. But what if we just don't let them get around, right? What if we don't? You might be thinking, I've never seen you display the sort of skill that would make you feel confident about not doing it. Yeah, well, okay. That's fair. I see you. You've been watching. Let's get to it. Where are they? Alright, I don't know where they are. They're probably way over here. This summoner does not have perfect vigor. We're not going to tank their vigor going over here. I have 30 seconds before Valkia gets here, and I have to be afraid. Man, you know... It's okay. I'm going to find a target... Alright, 15 seconds until she gets here. We're just breathing down on this horseman. He's sitting still, so never mind. We're fighting this Chaos Manticore now. This is fine, too. The great thing about Chaos, of course, is that because they don't have any ranged units, really, they got, like, skirmishers and stuff. But generally, you know, unless there's inch they don't, you can have fun like this by charging in. But now Valkia's going to get here, and with the Chaos Furies around, we might actually be in severe trouble. But yeah, you know, we're fine. No, we'll be able to run away. We'll be able to run away. These Chaos Furies, there's only 20 of them. We eat them up. All right, we're gonna run now. Hopefully she doesn't get like a charge on us here, because she's capable of doing a whole lot of damage. All right, what we need to do. She can't quite catch us though. Yeah, we got the Foe Seeker active now, so we're going to have even more. Yeah, there we go. We get away. Man, if the regular mages could have eagles, they'd be real good in PvP. They would indeed. Alright, I'm super afraid of Valkia, but not so afraid that we're not going to try to make something of ourselves, right? You can't be that afraid of Valkia. She's like pretty far away here, and all of the posturing they're doing here is just tiring them out. It's not making me tired. We do have Strider. We were born with it. Comes on our armor at the beginning of the game. Like, I don't think they have anything here for us to be afraid of. Khorngors can sort of deliver sort of something, though. You know, they do have AP, they do have, you know, some solutions, but they're gonna have a bad time just dealing with the dragon before the rest of this happens. Man, this is, you know, we're sure trying to catch them. There we go. We land right on them. And we even hit them. They're having a super bad time, and of course, any damage we can do to dogs, if we can get a dog like terror routed off the battlefield or something, then what we effectively have done is got that dog out. And when you eliminate the dog, it's very important, because there's things that dogs can do, like jump on top of Lothern Seaguard effectively, that the rest of this army can't do at all. Valkia's here. Let's run. Because if they're just going to let us do this, I am going to keep on doing it to them. I am not proud. I am breathing fire on Forsaken. I don't think they got chosen. I don't remember seeing any. So Forsaken are an alright choice. Forsaken, super high weapon strength, you know, so that's the sort of thing that does get... They don't have the magic attacks, but, you know, with high weapon strength, they can still hope to get through. There's a bunch of Khorngors here. I think if we just dive the Chaos Warhounds, though... I was gonna say, I think we can get him to break off, but here, this exalted hero of Khorn, with his anti-infantry self, oh, we'll hit him. We'll give him the old 1-2. The halberds are over there, so we're just gonna push right through here. These are aspiring champs, which those would be a very good target for us also. And again, if they're gonna be like setting up here, I'm not afraid to posture at them, because Valkia can kill me, but I don't know if she will. I don't know. I don't actually know if she can kill me, right? We might beat her in the straight fight. just 28 ward save in the superior hit point pool against her. But I don't want to do that. However, I do now. Oh man, that's a big old hit. Alright, so she's got Demon Shield right now. She's invulnerable. Man, that's a big old hit. Alright, focus on the Chaos Warhounds. At least she did it right there. And what we're going to do now is try to make her tired out here. And then we're gonna dive on her. And here we've got triple dragon plus Miss Mage, and she's slowed down. And now she's already used, you know, her ability to try to get out of jail free, and now she is in jail unfree. Oh yeah, the Valkia beatdown. This is how you beat Valkia. You bring so many fighters that the fact that she is much better at fighting than you doesn't matter. Look at that. She does several big chunks to the big guy. We're gonna go ahead and try to get him out here. And now that she's focused on someone else, swoop in again. Boom, baby. She's demonic? They took demonic. You never take demonic. She's demonic, so she is gonna die. Perfection. Amazing. We bait the Valkia out, and now it's gonna be sailing smoothly. And I imagine they're going to come at us now. We'll be able to heal up the dragon. I guess they don't think we've done enough damage that they need to come at us yet. That's amusing. I don't think they have any ranged at all, so I'm just going to start chewing up all the harpies they have. Yeah, I don't remember seeing a single... Oh, they do have one Marauder Horseman. I see it. Well, you know what I say to that? I say Mareworm! We're just gonna dive him, because after all, if these are the only skirmishers there, why not dive him? I'm not totally worried about anyone here popping on him, because with the Mareworm around, they'll probably look at him, but we're just gonna run this way now. Right through the big guy, and we're gonna get up into the sky, and we're gonna be able to drop this fire here on them, which we probably should have been doing earlier, but now we've got them right where we want them, right? And they'll have no choice but to absolutely get roasted. Just absolute brutality. And now we're going to come here on the Chaos Trolls. They're going to get to the real army eventually. You know, he is a one-man army for sure, but that's the power of a Star Dragon, right? A bunch of this isn't even him specifically, it just happens to be him too. Like, regen. And the Strider. Perfect Vigor anybody can get, you know. He's not that damage resistant, not truly, but, you know. Try telling that to our foes here. Because a level 30 Valkia, it's not quite a level 50 Valkia, but it's still a level 30 Valkia. And with a couple of nice moon dragons, who of course, not even star dragons, just a wonderful beatdown. And, you know, we're still Genki, we're still fresh and ready to roll. 120 melee attack. Alright, single shot rounds at the moment. And then the Lothern Sea Guard open up. These guys have so much armor, but it'll avail them not too much. Here, oh yeah, there we go. The volleys come in, and they get deleted. Same old problem here for the Marauder Horsemen, of course. They're going to be running into that. We still got our big arrows on. I feel like that's appropriate for right now. Oh, there we go. The Marauder Horsemen, not long for this battlefield. Oh, man. Elves are pretty strong, huh? Especially these elves. Especially these. We're going to go ahead and engage the Furies. We engage the Flyers before they get, you know, surprising to us, because a bunch of their reinforcements are going to be Flyers too, so they're going to get on top of our Sea Guard. But we'll see to what degree. And here, of course, they have fallen victim to a terrible blunder in that they have chosen to engage the big guy in range of our own arrows. Good for them. Forsaken here, we're going to dive him. No, we want to dive the champs, because the champs are hard to shoot. Well, actually, we want to breathe here, and we want to get an Oceanid summoning them over here before they can turn the corner here, because they're actually going to have a pretty fun time once they turn the corner there, I think. Get these guys going. No, he doesn't match up well with the champs, though. We need him in the center. The Exalted Bloodthirst of Khorne, they will be good if they get in on our units, but it doesn't look like they're going to get in on them. We're going to do a fire here. It won't be the biggest fire. It'll be very good, though. All right, there we go. We get on top of the champs. And we are laying the beat down on them-ish. A little bit, you know. We're running through. We get some impact on the Hounds of Khorne. Champs are hard to deal with. You have to have very specific kinds of units to deal with them. Units like a Star Dragon, you know, that's not a very specific type of unit. They kind of are good against a lot, aren't they? Alright, so they've made contact over here. That means we need to get in and in and in and in. Oh yeah, the Chaos Furies getting roasted there. We're gonna Apo the Oceanids, who are fighting Forsaken and doing wonderfully, just beautifully. Gonna get the Merworm there. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. Where's the big guy? Still beating on champs? Oh no. Bloodletters of Khorne, equally good. Bloodletters of Khorne are good, but the thing is they are very, very bad against High Elves. Because that physical resist doesn't matter right now when we have a bunch of magic attacks around, or we actually move the noble. Huh. Well, you know, that physical resist matters right now. But they still, you know, they don't have a lot of armor. They don't have a shield, so we get it done. The dragons flying in the sky. They can fly twice as high. Beautiful stuff. A bunch of champs over here still fighting. We're gonna get our fellas on them. And you know, we caught them in raiding and march stance. They were a bunch of fools. But that is that's a clinic right there. You know, that is absolutely how to get it done. They weren't the most terrifying stacks you can see. They weren't, right? But what they were was fine armies full of stuff that required, you know, attention. And now the spawn of corner coming in. Of course, they are unbreakable. So we're gonna let them come in, and then we're gonna shoot them up. Like, I think a bunch of those arrows are actually hitting my own mealworm. Yeah, you know, the poor mealworm. He's alright. Wonderful stuff. And soon we're going to get the thing to give our dragons perfect vigor, and that is going to allow us, you know, to do an even more aggressive early game skirmish, which not that was like as aggressive as you could never want to be, right? Who got the value there? 5k on Aislinn, yep, seems right. Absolutely nothing on the high mage, I mean, seems right. Should have taken a life caster. I'm not going to keep on saying it all year. I'm going to say it a little while longer, though. We make 15k. We don't need the money from the treasury there, or the influence anymore. Don't truly need the unit experience. The one thing that's not maxed out will be fine there. Yeah, I guess we'll just take the money then. A little bit of money is better than no money. We're making tons of influence, just absolutely tons of it. Which, you know, we can get really good traits on things. And we get 4 melee attack and 20 AP attack, which is fine, you know, totally fine.
Commander of the Sea Patrol.
And then now that we've already beaten all of them up, we just roast them down. Burn it down all the way, feels good, and... Clarkaron, do we assume someone else will solve it? This army, if they don't already have an army at Clarkaron, then it's solved, right? Because that's a full stack, and that's a full stack, and they'll probably deal with it.
For Assyria. Secure the perimeter. Sea Lord Aislinn.
Alright, so here, do we go for weapon strength? Weapon strength and speed? I feel like the speed is worth taking. 115 up from 102 is not going to be like a non-noticed thing. That's very nice.
Mist Mage. Standing by.
It's another mentor level, good for him. And now he can go on auto. Alright. Wonderful. Wonderful stuff. And now... Oh. This guy gives himself replen and 10 casualty replen to the army. So we're going to recruit one of them. And we're going to send him out onto the water to join up those other armies too.
Standing orders.
What do you require?
My knowledge is yours.
Because honestly, I could just get a mage and put it in here. Do we even use the high magic that much, right? Do we even? Because we can just throw her into another army and then that'll be fine.
What news?
Because she's okay, but like, if she was a life caster, everything would be better.
Commander of the Sea Patrol.
Alright, we get the mealworm thing. Oh, we need more growth to get the dragon bond. That's right. That's too bad. Well, we don't need more growth for the mealworm building, so we're going to get it. And unlock some tech too, I think. Yeah, because if we can get immune to flanking for dragon units, it's going to be amazing. Too bad it's not for all dragons, including mounts. That would be too good, though. If you gave Star Dragon mounts immune to flanking, I mean, it's not like it's not already pretty easy, right? I'm not good at the game, and we are rolling over really, really big armies. Keeping the churn rolling, because that's the thing too, is like making lots of money, continuing to spend all of the resources every turn. Like, that is what it's about. I can't believe we're doing such a good job of it. Alright, and in here we need to Dragon Spire. That's right. Now we can actually build the Dragon Spire when the time comes. And Perfect Vigor is so good. Emmerich, he's going to be fighting somebody soon. But the people that the other High Elves are fighting, you know, they're not next door, so they're just all, like, sort of a little stuck. But alright, so Yonbo is here and weak. And we need crew growth rate, even though I would rather have more money. It'll be alright. It'll all buff out. And she'll just hang out there. The Sword of Cain's gonna pop out in a couple of turns, and we're gonna, you know, she's gonna, her army is gonna be a different kind of proposition. Well, that went super well. Not least because, like, they're all torched now, right? Like, I'm gonna take that one. That was 3 armies of the Legion of the Gore Queen, all of them, and we beat a 4th one just like 5 turns ago. That's everything they had on the map, probably.
I will dismember you and hang your intestines from the nearest tree.
Huh. Well, you can see that she's not taken aback.
Infused by Hoet's wisdom.
Ah, a summons.
Speak.
An opportune moment.
Handmaiden of the Evergreen.
I value our...
So much influence per turn. But yeah, through here, like, she doesn't have anything. That's great.
Slay them. Commence combat.
Get this, and now we're going to give it to whom? Who hates Malekith the most? Well, I guess it's sort of like trying to be the rival to the throne that Tyrion is trying to be rolling with, although he's not the Phoenix King, you know, he wants to be someday, as I understand it. Alright, there we go.
Standing orders.
Yes, and we do indeed roll them up down there. We're just going to move this way. Malekith is probably up here. Yep, putting together an army. He is like a rat. He's got abilities to come back slightly faster than normal, like a lot of legendary lords do. I don't know the difference between these things. Maybe one gives you a lot more ammo than the other one. Anyway, we're going to get this Oathsworn Sanctum here.
Another deserved victory.
By the White Tower.
Because I swear, just like with Awakening of the Wood and Earthblood, I feel like she's already going to be like better than a High Magus for me. Because Apo's fine,
Speak your peace.
but compared to like a Regrowth, it just doesn't have the squeeze, right?
Seeking truth. Go on. Servant of the tower.
Speak. Ah, a summons.
True son of Ulthuan. Black-hearted dreadlord.
And now we can build dragon garrison buildings. Very inspiring. Which also give plus 10 leadership to the region, which would help you out even more in auto-resolve. Level 5 at the ancient city. Nice, nice.
I see the winds.
At level 2 for the Oceanids is actually like a pretty good garrison. I'm not super worried about upgrading it until later. Alright, seems fine so far. Let's carry on. Making the money.
Elven Archmage.
Ancient City's gonna go to tier 5. We're gonna get this for, you know, more income and research and all that. Gotta love the research rate.
Protecting Ulthuan. Sea and sky. Chosen of Hoenn. Master of mists.
Did I just crash it? No. Okay.
Remarkable forbearance.
A non-aggression pact? Is that even a good idea? I don't think so. What if we need to aggression you? I mean, they are elves, but I don't want to promise not to hit them. After all, they're elves. What if I need to hit them? Speed for Ocean and Elemental melee defense for him. Yes, let's
New
take that.
paradigms for new times.
for Phoenix Guard, for the Archmage of Fire. Her story will be the story of us all.
Master of Mists. This brook's action.
Oh, Malekith is running away.
Slay them. Commence combat.
Pathetic.
Out one shall use this stronghold. Seagull, attack. Fortify our location. Warden of Sapphire. Disciple of the White Tower. You possess some.
What? Oh, we're helping out the Knights of Caldor. I'm like, why would Malekith take this fight? Well, a good trait for that Archmage there, so good for them. We're going to let Valkia try to put it back together a little bit, because we're going to go and pop the Norskins. The Mage of Life got wounded. Makes sense with a bunch of Dark Elves around. Alright, but this is the last place of Malekith, and we really should just get rid of him.
Problems to solve. For the good of Ulster. Foul winds ahead.
Build a shipyard. We already got that wall. Take money or dragon ship supplies. I mean, I think at this point we're making 600 a turn. I think that's actually fine. But we're generating so many more of the other ones. Oh geez, it's getting late.
Leader of Assyrian's navy.
Like, we don't want to spend it, we want our dragon thing.
Commander of the Sea Patrol. Sea creatures both foul and... Sail away! Look for land!
Shrieking Blade, good. Frenzy for the Lord's Army, pretty good too.
Veteran sea guard.
I think Yeah, we're just gonna attack Mazda while his back's turned.
The battle begins. We, Asa, shall expand our influence.
So Teclis, he gets perfect vigor, very good.
Peace and strength.
You know, no reason not to, right? And he might, because we give these lands to them, if he declares war on one of our guys, then, you know, we'll bring everything to bear against him.
Warden of Safari.
Remarkable forbearance.
The Ultra Cane.
The Sea Patrol needs augmentation.
Winds cost 10%,
These
yeah, why
advances
not?
will be useful.
So yeah, so what we do now is,
Azurian's fire.
whenever we want, we can just
The most
take the sword out of the stone, right? And then my beautiful incendiary trait will kick in with the Sword of Cain, and then we're gonna do like, I don't know, 1500 damage or something, 2k when we get the dragon. It's gonna be very silly.
You have my attention.
The Order of Belshana, Oi, Valor.
There we go. Now he can't be terror routed at least. Oh, this is better in every way.
Yes, this works.
The Blade of Bel Khornate, magical attacks, weapon strength, monsters large, and that ability. Yeah.
I shall raise the stakes.
Master of magic.
Standing orders. In agreement. For Assyrian.
Well, now we're gonna pop them here, right? Give this colony to.
The Asa are better suited to govern here.
And now, Nagrand has been eliminated, and it feels so good.
Should I take stock of your worth?
Report. Commence combat.
Born to lead.
And that's awesome, right? So the sisters have some land, I think.
We speak as one, and the forest speaks through us.
Like, I think they're cool with everybody, even Emmerich, right? Yeah, so they're fine. Other than that, you know, we've got High Elf City working, you know. This guy's just level 2. I have a full army, but it is getting a little late. It's been a little late, but we need to think about.
Mage of the White Tower.
Asa Mage.
Oh, it's the noble. That's why our replen was low.
Lothern's legend. Against the tides of chaos.
We're just going growth and discounts, and as these discounts come in, of course,
I am aware.
you know, this ship is going to go from 6k to cheaper and cheaper, just like we need. It's already a super good ship. Of course, his Lothar and Seaguard are not like the others, but still pretty good. Anyway. The Druki, they're not quite no more. There's what? Lokir's around, and then Malice might be here, but really when you deal with the mother and son, you kind of feel like you've done it.
Ah, a summons.
And we have taken up the Sword of Cain. It thirsts.
Carry ill tidings.
Oh, it thirsts.
Veteran Seaguard.
Then I guess he's gonna like follow around with her,
Magic in purest form.
and she's just gonna like be the threatening figure on the beach.
Secure the perimeter. Nerves of it, Bilmar. By Assyrian's will.
Unfortunate. Oh, we got Curse of Cannibalism. We got regen for this whole army. That's pretty sweet. Like, do they have a bunch of fire damage? No. Ooh, they do have a nasty, nasty army, though. Look at that. Three Ancient Segments of the Gods Quotal, a Dread Saurian, and 6 Ancient. That's pretty rough. I don't know if we could actually beat that with this army. I could beat it with my real army.
The sea is calm today.
You know, we'll have to see. I don't know if we beat that. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Hero of the Asa.
That's a crazy army.
Beware the
Because I just feel like even if we get like the dragon beat down, you know, we do have regeneration though. That regeneration pull might be everything. We'll see. Like even if the army dies, what? It's not like we need it. I'm sorry, every elf is precious.
I think not.
problems to solve.
We're gonna save it now. We're gonna end the turn. If that fight happens, then I'm not doing it right now because I need to get amped for it. So we're gonna do it at a time where I have more time.
This is not a mere social call.
Yep. And here we go. This will be the battle to do. Yeah, because we have frenzy and regeneration on our dragons, but they do have a lot of dudes. They don't have good range on it, but they just have tons and tons of hit points. I fear, because we don't have the army ability to even replenish our ammo either, so yeah, I certainly fear, but hey, maybe it could work. Look, they don't have really flyers to speak of, so maybe we can really make a difference with like cycle charging with their phoenixes. They do have a Dread Saurian though. You know, it's we'll see how it works. But for right now, that's all we've got for you. What a great time it's been. The Druki are gone. Next up, apparently totally juiced lizardmen. Yep. We'll see how it goes. Nah, if we lose the army, whatever, we can build another one. Fundamentally, it's an unlosable campaign at this point, and probably from a very early point, but that's okay. I don't mind having a campaign you can't lose, it's fun. Anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and maybe I'll see you guys in another stream or video. Good night, Luntrix. Good night, Neo. Good night, everybody. See you later.